is good? My anime face. What is good, yo? I wanted to change it up a little bit for the Deibachi gameplay in the background, just to see if y'all really wanted me to play Jump Force for that game. I literally only played it because the characters in the actual game. But nonetheless, we are really seeing what this support the master of Pope, or like the teacher of Pope, was really talking about and getting to. Seeing how we are getting this really weird side of Dai, it's not super surprising because of the hint we were given thanks to the teacher. So um, I am kind of concerned because this kid is one of the nicest. It's like if Gon from Hunter x Hunter does this, right? Like, there's a lot of characters that are just so down to earth and nice and kind that once they go outside of that, it's so unnormal that you kind of get scared, right? Like, you don't really know how far or how much of themselves they're really going to lose to the point where Dai was straight up done having like Pope tell jokes or just speak on whatever he was feeling, you know. So a lot of weird emotions were coming out, which makes sense seeing how he's this kid who never really had anything um, outside of the knowledge that he was loved by his grandpa that was watching over him and all the monsters that treated him normally. Uh, Outside of that, he didn't care about anything else. Nothing else was really relevant. And now all of a sudden, because of who he is and what he is, it's the reason why people are looking at him different. It's the reason why I pretty much called it, which, I mean, I guess it just goes to tell you how much stories I've kind of seen, because that's more or less my knowledge of where that whole plot could go is what if he's so ridiculously strong people are terrified of it? Like, what would you do as someone who can uh, kill dragons? It's the same dragons that cannons from the whole entire kingdom can't stop, let alone put a dent on them. And to top it off, this kid runs up and beats it by himself. Not only that, helping you in the process, which kind of begs the question at the beginning of the story, is that really probably what happened to this guy that we know is in the Dark Legion and seemingly wants to destroy the whole entire freaking world? Um, I think he's the guy that lost his wife or something along those lines, or that is something that may have happened. Something was taken from him and he doesn't care to be here anymore. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting from this whole situation, but it's kind of nuts to see Dai kind of like pretty much already backing down from his opponent, right? He's like, this guy's a real deal. Like, he kind of already sounded like he gave up, like, I think I should probably back off, type of deal. So that's already a pretty scary sign in itself, just for knowing how much he'll push forward. And I think it is also telling that not only did he just hear about the Dragon Knight and this area that he's in, you can't even enter it without being one. Now someone enters it and it's like, oh, so not only is he like me, he's also, just by looking at him, Dai already knows he's way stronger, or at least he has a lot of experience under his belt. So a lot of crazy stuff is about to pop off, and I feel as if they're going to really give us the straightforward answers, but at the same time, with being a Dragon Knight and not being human nor monster, and being a third thing that I guess all of the gods came together to create, it still does beg the question of how he took the situation instead of just looking at the true people around him who love to be around him and asking them like how they truly felt about the whole situation. Instead, he just pretty much answered the question for himself, especially with how the other humans acted. He's like, oh, they must feel the same way as them. So, whatever, I don't even need to ask, which is pretty dumb on Dai's part. But at the same time, the story calls for it, and we have got it. But regardless, I really do hope you guys are having an awesome day, night, evening, whatever the case may be. I am your boy, the Anime G, and if there is anything else you want to talk about in the comments, I am down to always in any video. So, that being said, take care and peace.